Story of how the cafeteria taught me the meaning of life. It was love at first sight. The sign before me, written in green dry erase marker, read, Boneless Wing Wednesday. As someone who was a religious packer equipped with a homemade turkey sandwich, you can imagine my shock when I read those words for the first time. I abandoned the lunchbox and stepped into the depths of the cafeteria doors. I listened to the noises of greetings from friend to friend, the hustle of the lunch ladies, and the struggles of the barbecue sauce bottle as an eager baseball player drained it of every last drop. You know who you are. I stared in horror at his chicken, drenched in the sauce, unlike anything I had ever seen before. However, I admired his confidence and his ability to know what he wanted and not be afraid to get it. That was the first day of many to follow. I had gone through high school confining myself to the small world of packed lunches, but I had finally broken the barrier. I was a buyer. I soon learned the laws of the land, like the small bits of chicken are the best, the cool kids don't use trays, and you never cut in line, at least when the lunch ladies aren't watching. I started to form relationships with the women who served me the food. They were always there to make sure I had enough fries and put a smile on my face. But I was not alone in my endeavors as a buyer. Two of my best friends took part. We made our way through the lines, arguing whether we wanted pizza or chicken, ultimately going our separate ways. We reviewed our food together, shared our buffalo ranch, and talked about how much we would miss these days. Those 30 minutes in the cafeteria were spent with laughter and enjoyment. I had something to look forward to every day. Boneless wings on Wednesdays, Bosco sticks on Friday, and don't even get me started on the breakfast sandwiches. Yet sometimes the prepared menu failed me, and I was met with spicy chicken tenders instead of boneless wings. While disappointing, I was forced to try something new. I did not like them, and I never got them again. But I would have never known that had I not given the spicy chicken tenders a shot. The cafeteria presented me with choice, the choice to branch out, to change my mind and to try something new. I frequented the chicken line, but there was also the pizza line where I would eventually find my love for pepperoni pizza. There was the salad bar where I experienced a short-lived salad phase. And there was the grill where I learned I did not like fish sandwiches. Now I'm sure you're wondering what the cafeteria has to do with graduation. And to that I say everything. It has everything to do with growing up and with finding yourself. I know this was a silly story, but it is a reminder to myself and to all of you that you mustn't confine yourself to one thing. You are not the person you will be in 10, even 5 years. Your life is ahead of you, but it isn't a straight path. You can turn around, change direction, go uphill, go downhill, and around as many times as you need to find yourself. In fact, you owe it to yourself to stray from the path. You will likely change your career 5 to 7 times in your lifetime, and 65% of you will have jobs that don't even exist yet. So if you're unsure of your path, it's okay. Remain unsure. Allow the unknown to encourage you. I would like to read you a short excerpt from the book, A Road Less Traveled by Scott M. Peck, that encouraged what I wanted to say here today. Our view of reality is like a map with which to negotiate the terrain of life. If the map is true and accurate, we will generally know where to go. And if the map is false and inaccurate, we will generally be lost. While this is obvious, it is something that most people to a greater or lesser degree choose to ignore. They ignore it because our route to reality is not easy. First of all, we are not born with maps, we have to make them. And the making requires effort. The more effort we make to appreciate and perceive reality, the larger and more accurate our maps will be. You have the power to draw your map, to make your path. Make yourself a substantial map full of detail and intricacy. Draw paths unable to be followed by anyone else. This map is just for you. Your map doesn't have to change the world, it doesn't have to please others, and it doesn't have to look one certain way. I want you to go out there and make this world your own. After 4 years of endurance, whether you have struggled with mental health, have felt the future upon you, or felt as though you couldn't find your place, you deserve to abandon your lunchbox and pick up a tray. Use as much barbecue sauce as you want. Acknowledge those who hand you your fries. Try the spicy chicken tenders, because once you realize that you have the choice, you might just learn that you love pepperoni pizza. Once you realize you have the choice, Wildcats, you can step into a world full of possibilities.